Tonight, I'm going to talk about the Farnsworth House Inn in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. But this story in particular is some insider information from an employee who actually works there. Now, let me preface by saying that the Farnsworth House Inn is very well documented for paranormal activity. Just to name a few, it's been featured on A&E, BBC, History, Travel, Sci-Fi, Food Network. Very well established, very renowned for paranormal activity, and I could probably take a whole hour on this and not cover it all. Now, it's said to be up to 16 individual spirits haunting this place. They have, it's a bed and breakfast now. You can rent the room for a night. They do ghost tours, they do paranormal investigations. But this is from an employee, a maintenance employee, that gave me permission to share his story about some distinct changes in the patterns there that have been going on very recently. And I think you want to hear it. Now, this guy works maintenance, and he says for the last month or two, some real unique changes, some actually like some malevolent changes have been going on there. For the most part, this has been residual type, like you could almost set your watch by it. There's been ghostly soldiers. There's been a lady named Anne. There's been a boy, like an 8-year-old boy who moves toy trucks. Said that he did that every night. Just very well documented. Like I said, this been in the hands of this family for 50 years. Now, this was important to the Battle of Gettysburg, the 3-day battle. In fact, it said that the shot from the only civilian that died in that battle was fired from the building. See, Confederate sharpshooters holed up in this building during the war, and there's 100 bullet holes on the south side of this building. During the 3-day skirmish, it was very active, and after it was used as a hospital for both sides. So it has seen a lot of activity. Lincoln's procession did pass right through, on his way to make the Gettysburg Address. So there's a lot of history just steeped into these grounds, into these walls. Like I said, you can rent a room overnight there. There are paranormal investigations, there's ghost tours, the whole 9 yards. But let's say this guy has been noticing some things for a month or two now. He's maintenance. Now, his wife is the closing manager also. And they said that the activity has fallen off. See, back in 2010, the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren, visited this place it was a public visit, but then they did a private tour afterwards. Now, when Lorraine got to the cellar, which is said to be the most active part of the place anyway, Lorraine got to the cellar and it says she sensed the presence of a malevolent entity instantly when she got down there. And she sealed it off. There was a certain room in the cellar that she sealed off with wax, and she advised nobody to open that door anymore. She did a ceremony and sealed off the door with wax in the ceremony, and told everybody that whatever was behind that door needed to stay on the other side of that door. And it has for years, since 2010, since they did their visit. That door has been there sealed. It's been part of the tour. Okay, well, within the past couple of months, he goes by the username Roach Kiwi, and he does maintenance there. And let me just tell you about a few of his experiences. Walter is one of the most active entities in the place, and he was in the cellar. He was notorious for tugging hair and basically messing with females more than anything. He was kind of a prankster, not really malicious, but he was active, pulling hair and pushing and whispering in ears and whatnot. And Walter's not doing any of that lately. The 8-year-old boy that you used to be able to basically set your watch by having to move those trucks back every day. Toy trucks, they go and lock the doors at night, and the trucks would be in one spot, and they come back the next morning, the toy trucks are in another room, and it was supposed to be like this for years. Well, that's not been happening. In fact, most of the activity has started to die off, and they think this malevolent entity in the cellar might have something to do about it. Now, Roach Kiwi has had a recurring dream for a minute about Walter. Walter, the active ghost in the cellar, seems to be hiding in his dream and scared of something. And Walter in this dream says that there's something there that's not supposed to be there. Okay, well, it turns to find out when he runs this story by his wife, who is the closing manager, it come to find out there's another employee that's been having basically this same dream about Walter being terrified, and that's why he's not active. Well, not only that, the maintenance guy, he said he's terrified of that door himself. He doesn't know why. He's a grown man, but he's scared when he gets next to it, and he's a skeptic. By his own admission, he's a skeptic. But he says strange things have been happening. Upon closing time, they'll lock up the tavern, and they'll turn all the lights off, and half the time before they even get back to their cars, those lights will turn back on. It's like something is trying to draw him back into the building. Not only that, the lights will flicker down in the basement. He'll hear his wife's keys jingling whenever he knows that she's not down there. It's like something is trying to lure them back in. Well, not only has all the supernatural activity shifted, and it seems these spirits are afraid of something when they've been well documented over 50 years. Well, here's the rub. They find out that there is a new tour guide that has been making it a part of his tour. Not only does he stop in front of the door that Lorraine sealed off, he stops in front of this door, and he tells them about the Warrens and what happened there, how Lorraine did her little ceremony and sealed off the door. And then he opens the door. He cracks the door open that's been sealed, and he lets the guests that are on the tour take a peek inside. So Roach Kiwi, the maintenance guy, he says that he's been around for a while, and he says now that it doesn't just feel haunted. He says that this place actually feels evil now. Now, does it have to do with someone finally opening the seal on this door that Lorraine Warren told nobody not to open? I think so. It certainly coincides. It just, it doesn't add up. Nothing else makes sense. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, share, follow, do all that. That's been my story tonight. This is Jay's Haunted Appalachia. I do a story every Saturday here on YouTube. I'm also on a short form platform. If on TT, I do one every day, a different story, a new true Appalachian paranormal story, if you want to check that out. But also, if you have your own story, my email is in my bio here. It's in my bio on TT. It's everywhere. I've got a subreddit also, if you want to check that out. I'm trying to build a community. But anyway, again, this has been Jay's Haunted Appalachia. I thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for next Saturday. See what's coming down the pipe next. Like, follow, subscribe, all that. It costs nothing, and it will really help me, help me get circulated, tickle me to death. And keep Appalachia haunted, y'all.